Hey, and welcome to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is episode 58 of a YouTube show I do where I showcase my recent comic book hauls, comic book speculations, stuff from my collection, and once in a while I'll do mini reviews, some stuff from my weekly pull list. So, this week's episode, I didn't think it was actually going to happen. I figured I probably wouldn't do any until the upcoming year, where we just passed Christmas. I'm recording this on the 26th. This will premiere on the 27th. Yeah, I didn't think I would have another haul, but I went to one store and they had some really awesome stuff with a couple things there. And then this one store that had awesome half off sales around like Thanksgiving and Black Friday. They had another one of those for right before Christmas. I could not pass that up. That half off sale is awesome because they do a lot of their back issue, like pretty much all their back issues, and they have some good ones in the boxes. So it's totally worth going there for that. So yeah, because of that, I got another haul for you for the end of the year. This one, I guess, well, yes, this will be the last haul of 2022. When I get to do another one in 2023, I'm not sure. I'll probably be a week off. Of course, I said that last time, so who knows? So if you like before I get into the haul, if you like comic book collecting, speculation, comic book haul videos, and you found yourself watching this now or seen a couple episodes of mine, why not hit subscribe? Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. If you like what you see, please give the video a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave a comment if you have any questions in regard to what you see in the episode. If I messed up, got any facts wrong, feel free to correct me. If you have any questions what you saw, feel free to ask, and I'll get back to you guys accordingly. Of course, be polite, because that is the right thing to do. All right, here we go. The haul. Let's do this. Okay, so this one I only got 4 comics at, but there was some good stuff in there and I couldn't pass them up. Some of the prices are like a little like for example, this one, X-Men 168. It is a fair price. This is like a VF near mint copy. This is the first appearance or first full appearance of Lockheed and the first appearance of Madeline Pryor, who becomes the Goblin Queen. And it's also like a sick ass is that Paul Smith cover of what do you call it? Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde. I wonder where she has like multiple names, but Kitty Pryde's always been like her main name. Just a great classic cover too. This is one of the issues I needed to complete that 100 to whatever X-Men run. So happy to have this. This one I think is a great price. This one's in really nice condition, and it's a newsstand. I feel like they mispriced this one. I'm not gonna complain. Only $4.99 for the first Normie Osborn and this guy. I forgot his name. I think he might have appeared in another comic or something. I don't know. I had this comic. I remember getting this as a kid, being fascinated by this comic. I think this might be I'm pretty sure I'm gonna check and see. This is definitely an improvement copy. I couldn't pass it up $4.99. This book can go from anywhere from $15 to $30, ungraded. I'm not talking about graded prices. I don't. It's not my thing really. So happy to have that. Couldn't pass that up. Here's another one. Got this one for. I think this was another one that was a decent price for this one. $10.99 for Amazing Spider-Man 209, first appearance of Calypso. This issue picked up a lot of steam. Like last year, there was mentioning that Calypso was going to appear in this Kraven the Hunter movie. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I'm happy to have it. I got a copy of this a couple years ago. Around the time or a year ago when they announced this, I found it at a store for like $4, but it's like not a nice condition copy. It's got like huge bends across. So this is an improvement copy. I've seen this book in stores go for like $40. We'll see where it goes, what happens with the Kraven movie. Obviously, when a trailer hits, this book will become a bigger hit. But I think to get this for $10.99 at like, what I'd say is like close to VF copy of this issue, I think I got a pretty good deal on this one. So happy to have this. And then here's one that I actually been looking for a really long time. I have like a list of comics. Some of them are like easy to obtain, and some of them are like really hard books. And I would say this is a hard book to obtain. Now, you could go on eBay and get a copy of this. it goes for like a lot of money. Like even I see a lot of like low grade copies, and people want like $50 for this. So Giant Size Fantastic Four #4 from I think this is like 75 or 76. The key significance of this issue, it's the first appearance of Madrix the Multiple Man, or I guess the Multiple Menace in this one. He's a bad guy in this. But, Professor X does show up. He is a mutant. Again, this store, I was like, okay, it's $14.99. Well, I was like, that's an amazing price. Now, let's just look at the bottom, though. Oh, look at that water damage. No, but I'm going to, let's pull this book out. I'll say, outside of the water damage, it's not a bad condition. Like, if you just ignore the bottom, it's actually a really nice condition copy. Obviously, it's got some wear on top. The water damage definitely ruins, you got this water stain. I bet a lot of it could be pressed out. The value stamp, which I didn't know this one would have a value stamp, is in there. So that's good, too. I would say that, again, this was underpriced. Happy to have this. The book is still in decent condition. The spine, now, remember, these spines on these type of books, especially from the 60s and 70s, I forgot what they call this, actually really good condition. I mean, you got the text on here. You could read it, especially in the bottom. There's no fraying on the pages or anything. So I would say that actually, obviously the water damage part on the lower bottom definitely bugs me. But the more I'm happy to have this. If I ever find a better condition copy of this, I'll definitely pick it up. But for now, this is definitely a good copy. And I don't know, maybe I'll look into like a good press. Someone who knows how to do a good job on pressing and removing water damage. I know it's doable. So if anyone has any suggestions on what to do, please leave it in the comment section. So happy to get this book before the end of the year. This was definitely on my list of books I wanted. So, all right, real quick. This was my weekly pull list. I did not read it yet, so I will not give it a review. Honestly, it's just an awesome Alex Ross cover right now. My only issue with this comic so far is, and this is my issue with Marvel in general now, is that, like, they don't... It's like, okay, so they had the Dan Slott run, right? It went to, like, issue 50 or not even. And I felt like it just petered out, and they closed it out, and they started this new run with North and Coelho. The interior art's really nice in this. They started over the series. It has a legacy, 695, so I expect to issue 700 soon. I just feel like Marvel these days, maybe, I don't know how it is with DC, they get these teams to do comics, and they have them do a run, and the story really doesn't continue into, like, if they start over at issue 1, or they don't really keep the numbering system, they just start over at issue 1. They don't continue the story. Like, if you back in the day, if you read comics, I'm 45, so I've been reading comics for a very long time. And the thing was, I always noticed, even, 20 years ago, they would make an effort to have the teams, like, kind of take the baton. If it was a new writing team, take the baton and try to continue the story. Eventually, maybe they go on their own path. But it wouldn't be this, like, total ignoring of the previous story. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think there's something to be said about these comics having a serialized story. So, I don't know. All right, this is the first. So this is now the half off sale. So you'll see the prices on here, and, they're half of that. So it says 10, this was 5. Solid Blood, number 17. This came out like a year ago. I wanted to get this for a while, but I did not want to pay. I've seen it go for like $10, $20. This is like a weird comic that Robert Kirkman put out with Ryan Ottley. It's like a weird what-if comic, like if his career went a different path and Image Comics went a different path. Like, if you look through this, it kind of reminds you more of the 90s, early 90s Image Comics. I definitely want to read this one. It's like a one-off. I don't think they did anything else since this, so I don't think this is going to go up in any big value. It's just like a fun book to have. Excuse me. Dune, number 1. Got this one. It says 20. Got it for 10. Really nice condition copy. Newsstand edition. You know, the movie came out. There's going to be a part two. These can be hard to find, and I would say getting it for 10. Would I pay 20 for it? Hell no. But 10 I think is a fair price for this. This one I think is a great price. This is 12, but I got it for 6. Detective Comics 585, first appearance of the Ratcatcher. Now, not the one from the cute French girl from was she French? From Suicide Squad, the James Gunn movie. I guess the father in that movie is supposed to be more like the character in this comic. But it's the first appearance of the Ratcatcher, so that's pretty cool. Got that one for 6. And then got this one for 2. This is just the second issue. This one I got for $1.50. Been wanting to get this one. I don't know how many more there are, but this is, real quick, Detective Comics 639, newsstand edition, so that's cool. It is, let's see real quick. It's another one of those first appearances of Sonic the Hedgehog in comics. That ad. So I found it in Justice League Europe. 33, I think. Superman 62. Action Comics, I don't remember the number offhand. And this Detective Comics. I don't know if it appears in any other comics in the DC around this time period. Like, whatever this is. Well, it says December 91. So if you're on the hunt, those are the comics you want to get those. Happy to get this for just $1.50. This one was 3 instead of 6. Damage Control, number 1. If you watched one of my haul videos in the past, I already got one of these. This is actually a better condition copy. I have issue 4, so also. They didn't have that one, which is fine, but I got number 2 with a fun Doctor Doom cover. I love like that retro Doom head in the background. And then again, that was $3. Here's another one that was 3. Damage Control, issue 3 with Iron Man on the cover. Cool. All right. This one was 4. Captain America 286. Nice newsstand copy. Just a sick Mike Zeck Deathlock cover. This is like one of the, I would call, more iconic Captain America covers from this time period. Mike Zeck did some amazing covers around this time period. And this is definitely one of them. So happy to get this one. This one, I got 2 of these. And this is, I already have one at home, but that I got, like, you know, my brother must have bought it when we were kids or something, and I still have it in the collection. It's not in good condition. But here we go. Captain America 323. First John Walker. Is that his name? U.S. agent? But he's not U.S. agent yet. This is the storyline. It starts with him where he takes over for Captain America. You know, Steve Rogers either leaves or gets kicked out or whatever it is. I forgot the full storyline, but like Captain America, John Walker takes over and becomes that Captain America. This is a newsstand edition. This is not the greatest condition copy. I would say it's like an almost fine, like a VG fine. This one though, so this one was only $3.50. And then this one's like almost this is a near mint condition copy. I couldn't pass it up. Again, it says 35 on there. It says VF Plus, so yeah, I would say that's probably more accurate. Still really nice. But I paid $17.50 for it, actually. This book was going for a lot more. It's kind of calmed down. If you've been wanting to get this book, I would say this is now the time period to get it. Would I paid $35 for this? No. I wouldn't, because I already have it, even though the one is not the greatest condition. But I couldn't pass it up, and you know, at this price. And you know, like, yeah, it's calmed down. You know, Falcon Winter Soldier ended. The TV show was cool. That character was a jerk, as he was supposed to be, played by Kurt Russell's son. But you know, he's gonna be in Thunderbolts, so you're gonna see this comic, you know, start going back up again. And a lot of collectors love these borders from like 1986. This is they call it like the Marvel 25th anniversary. It was like that whole month. Every comic that came out that month has this border. Even the Star Comics, like Care Bears, I think, has one. So this one was 3. Firestar number 1 is a really nice condition copy of this. There's been some hype around this character. I don't know, see where it goes. Anyone who grew up in the early 80s knows of the Spider-Man Amazing Friends. That had his, for some reason, they decided, We're going to have Spider-Man be friends with two mutants. One of them was Firestar, and the other one was Iceman. And Firestar, just kind of like Harley Quinn and some other characters that are not created in the actual medium of comic books, but in like a cartoon or radio series. I think what's his name? Oh my god, I totally forgot. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. Supposedly, he didn't come from the comic. He was from like the radio series or something. So this one is not her first appearance. The first appearance is like X-Men 293 or whatever. And they also, technically her first appearance is Spider-Man and Amazing Friends #1, which was a comic that came out. That's not in canon though. But, and that one could go for like $50 if you find it. I'm trying to get that one. I don't want to pay $50 for it, but who knows? I'll luck into that one. Well, I hope to. I hope to luck into it. There's no guarantee. X-Men 160. This is the first Alana Rasputin as an adult, leading, I guess Magic. Nice newsstand copy. This one was $9. Really nice condition copy. Happy to have it. This one was only $4. Just another iconic Paul Smith cover. So basically now I just need like these are unfortunately expensive issues. I need 102, 103, and 116, and I think I need maybe 180 something here and there to complete that 1 through that 100. Well, I also need to issue 100. Yeah, I'm glad I saved a lot of the more expensive books for last. But happy to have this. This is really cool. I picked this one up. There's been some hype on this, and I'll see which one. I already have this from years ago when I, bought the comic when it first came out. This is the first appearance of the Reavers, but it's also the first appearance of another character that's announced to be in the Daredevil TV show. I totally forgot her name. But she's supposed to be in the new Daredevil TV show, so there's been some hype behind this. Again, also the first appearance of the Reavers. Reavers were those awesome cyborg villains that were around this time period when the X-Men were in Australia post-Fall of the Mutants. I always loved that storyline. Got this one for $4. It's in really nice condition. So we'll see where this book goes. This one I've been wanting to get for a while. Got this one for $4 as well. It says 8. Ignore that. King size annual 6. This is when Storm first gets turned into a vampire by that no good Dracula. Awesome Bill Sienkiewicz cover. The interior is also Bill Sienkiewicz, which is kind of cool too to have him do an X-Men comic. Now this is from 1982. I will say though, what's interesting about this comic is if you look at the artwork real quick, I'll just show you guys. So you get like what we know Bill Sienkiewicz to be. I would say this is more like the style we knew of him to be like in New Mutants and in the end of Moon Knight's run, the early 80s Moon Knight's run. The interior, which is also done by Bill Sienkiewicz, feels more like... So if you read Moon Knight or looked at the Moon Knight Volume 1 series from the early 80s, he also does the early issues and the later issues, and this looks more like around the period of like the first 10 issues of Moon Knight. And then as they become more abstract and more in the style that we know of Bill Sienkiewicz, which is that cover. So I wonder if like they sat on the artwork, they sat on the story part, interior art of this comic for a while before releasing it. And then, they had Bill Sienkiewicz do like a new cover maybe. Who knows? But happy to have it. It's a fun book to have. They've referenced Storm being a vampire many times throughout the years, and so this is where it starts. Speaking of Dracula, got this one for $6. It's a decent, say like fine condition at best. Frankenstein Monster number 8. Frankenstein meets Dracula. So if you watch any of my old videos, one of them was this awesome garage sale I went to, and I got issue 9, which was part 2 of this story. So this is part 1. This is their first meeting. Now, I don't know if Frankenstein shows up in Dracula or whatever, but in the comics, this is the part 1. So happy to have this. And then we're almost done with the haul, guys. We're almost done with the year 2022. Daredevil 256. Got this one for $4. Daredevil 255. Got this one for $5. And then Daredevil 254, excuse me. Got this one for $12.50. Ignore the 25. This is the first appearance of Typhoid Mary. And this is her first cover appearance, or part, second appearance, however you want to say it. And then obviously her third appearance. So I had to get those. I know I have a couple others from back in the day when these first came out. There's been some hype behind this. I've been wanting to get it for a while anyway. Typhoid Mary, what I love about this character is, especially how like DC and Marvel kind of like bite each other. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Typhoid Mary basically just Rose and Thorn from DC Comics? You guys know? And if you guys are watching this, Rose and Thorn. It's kind of like another one of these like dissociative, like a woman who has like dissociative personalities, and she's like this one character, but then she's really this other character, and they're not, they're two separate personalities. It's kind of like Typhoid Mary is. I think there might be more than just two in her though. Happy to have this. I think this, I always thought she was an interesting character, kind of like a evil Elektra in a way. So, and I like this era of John Romita Jr.'s artwork. It's like that interesting, like if you look at the old, he did a lot of Spider-Man early 80s, late 70s. John Romita Jr. kind of draws more like his dad in those. And then he kind of branches off around like early 80s, starts to get more into his like a little blockier. And then by the time he does Daredevil around this period, which is like what year is this? 88. He's on his full, what we know him to be at this point, with like a little more angular, kind of like the Bill Sienkiewicz. A good example. Bill Sienkiewicz is that. So happy to have these. So I think this was a great haul. I wanted to share this with you guys before the year ended. I hope you guys had a great holiday, and I hope you guys have a really, a happy new year. Check out the links in my videos. There's two of them. One for my Instagram, You Love Comic Books. I'm at over 900 followers on there. Help me get to 1,000. You could see comics and other stuff that I have that you see in these videos and stuff in my collection on there. Sometimes I sell things on there as well. Check out my eBay. The link's in there for comics, video games, toys, etc. If you like what you saw, give the episode a like. If you want to, subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. Smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions on what you saw in the video, leave a comment. I'll get back to you, accordingly. So until that note, Happy New Year, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys, next year. Okay. Click that previous episode here, that other episode here, and smash that subscribe button right here. Happy New Year. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.